Hi Vibe Coders, I'm Alex. So I came across this from Agent Zero. I think his name is Jan Tomasek, all right? And I thought it was really interesting, but in big projects, you need a lot of quota to use that many files. And I don't think it's worth it to have that many files. So I decided, if you can see, this is my musician channel. I already commented that I have my own source of truth, right? And that I will be trying his docs system. And then if my system is better, I will open source it. Well, after checking a little bit, my system is way better. And I don't want to say, oh, don't use docs, use my system. No. This system, for my knowledge and for my tests, it's good for a small project. But when you are building big projects, for example, SaaS, you need a source of truth. How I came to this conclusion is I was building a SaaS for a client. My God, it had so much logic behind. A lot. So we tried once. Oh, let's build it, bam, 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 bam. At a certain point, when I was trying to make edits or implement new stuff, it will just break. Either it will have duplicate features, maybe features that never worked fully, and all that. And I was like, man, we tried again. I was like, okay, let me start fresh. Maybe I can do it better. Bam, we did it a second time. Same thing happened. I tried some documentation type of thing. I tried something similar to docs, not quite like that, but it was similar. And then we tried the third time. When we tried the third time as well, and it broke again, I was like, man, we have a problem. I remember I just woke up one morning and I was like, okay, so what are developers really do? Because mind, I'm not a developer. I'm a vibe coder. Yeah, I can look at the code, I can understand something, but I'm far away from being a developer. I do vibe code though. So I asked myself, and because I have my dad, that he's a real developer and it has been for like 30, 40 years, I asked him, I brainstormed a little bit, I asked around, and I was like, okay, what are the developers actually doing? And how can I build something for the AI so that becomes a real developer? It's not some AI that knows how to code, every line of code, but it doesn't know the product. So we needed a source of truth. So I decided to build TruthKit. So you take it, you can come to the repository that I just created. I open sourced it, right? You just copy the link. Then you go to your preferred AI, Cloud Code, Codex, whatever, it doesn't matter. If it supports skills, it can use it. And even if it doesn't support skills, it can still use it. You copy it, you say it just to initialize it. It doesn't matter if it's a new project or existing project. So if it's a new project, you just type, read this TruthKit repository, install or use its skills, then initialize this SOT, source of truth, in my project, decide whether my project is new or existing, inspect the real files first, ask one question at a time. The really important thing is to take the time to answer those questions. If you take the time to answer all these questions, it will save you lots of hours and lots of painful days trying to shout at the AI, oh my God, why are you not doing it right, in the long term, right? So you just take that, the link of the repository, and you do it. It will interview the project if we have a pre-existing project. So it will go around and it will read all the files. So the first time it might use a little bit more quota. And that's normal, it's intentional. It has to understand it, and it has to create this source of truth. It will create a skill specific for that project you are in, right? And will add to the global skills the onboarding source and the remake source. If you ever want to change the direction of the project, anything major, it will just rewrite the source of truth and then we'll do the edits. So each session you start, each agent that gets in that project will know, well, I have to read the source of truth, and then I have to do the edits, and then I have to update the source of truth. So it basically cannot make mistakes. It will make some mistakes because it's not perfect. This is not a perfect system. It's close to it. So this is how it looks. It will create a folder, source of truth, with overview, the product, user flows, tech architecture, data model, open questions, and so much more. It's like 13 files. They are not that long. It depends on your project. Then it will have an AGENTS.md, that it's a rule book every agent reads, so it knows it has to go through the source of truth and so on and so forth. And it has a claude.md that points to the agent, so there is no drift. How it's gonna operate, let's say you start a new session, let's say you wanna add the new feature, let's say you wanna edit a feature, it's not gonna go again and read all the code base, okay, try to understand what connects to what, how it works, what files are gonna be affected by the changes and all that. It will go first to the source of truth, try to understand your question or prompt, and it will say, okay, so the user wants this, let's see. Oh, the source of truth is saying that this feature works like that, and that file is right there in that folder. It will know exactly where to look, what is gonna change, and what is gonna be affected by it, if it's gonna change. So in the long term, you use less tokens, and the changes are gonna actually work. So after I implemented this, we finally got the platform working. There is no more issues, there is no more problems. Anytime I want to change something, bam. Anytime I want to add something, bam. Anytime I want to change direction, easy, no problem. So as I said, it's not perfect, but it's 95% there. To be honest, in my opinion, as I tried and worked on so many projects, smaller, bigger, some personal projects, whatever, I always found that at a certain point will start breaking. When the code base will become big, it's just not keeping the pace. But with this source of truth, man, is crazy. You have to try it yourself and see if it actually works for you. It's open source. I don't want nothing in return. Just use it. You can break it. You can improve it. I'm sure I'm not the smartest one on the planet. So if you want to contribute to it and help the Vibe community make better apps, you are welcome. So stop letting your AI guess and give it the truth. Now I will show you an actual example. I will take one of my, so let me copy this, and I will take a project, right? Okay, let's go to this one. This one, it's an organization app that I'm making. It basically has 7 divisions and it's all interconnected and blah, blah. Oh, okay. You see, I have the source of truth. It's not that I'm lying that I'm using this source of truth. Let's go to another one. Okay, so I recently started to try different models and see if paying for Cloud Code or Codex it's actually worth it, or I could use just an API and go with Minimax, M3, DeepSeek, whatever. So I'm trying all these models through the Pi agent to build different things. with the same prompt, I have a prompt selection, and I'm trying to see which one gives better results. Once I will have those results, I will publish the video. So I will say, let's copy the text from here. So first I will put this. Bam, bam. And I will add, because I already have these skills installed, right? So I will, and if the skills are already installed, skip just that installing process, but do the rest. And let's see. I'm telling you, I'm paying hundreds a month to use this Cloud Code, Codex, and I'm already less than 25% for this weekly. Bro, I use it a lot, man. While this finishes, let me show you the benchmark guide. So these are the tests I've been doing for now. So I used DeepSeek V4 Flash, Minimax M3, and these two were some tests just to see if it worked. So every run I do, I will just simply score it, and at the end we have the score. Let me move this, you see? We have one shot, bugs, blah, blah, blah. We have a prompt selection that are prepared prompts, because I don't want to test these models with, oh yeah, build me a website. No, I know how important it is, the prompting, before you go and build something with AI. And who doesn't know this? Well, you are missing out, because prompting engineering, it's as important as having a source of truth, in my opinion. So yeah, this benchmark guide that I built, you can create your own prompts, you can have projects, every project gets saved in its own directory. It has a global MV, so you add your things. So every time the, oh look, it created a source of truth. Every time you just create a prompt, you say it that it has the benchmark guide, root contains the env global, blah, blah, so it can use those API keys and whatever each time for each project. Because I'm doing some tests with AI implementation and all that. But yeah, we have some debug prompts as well, and it's connected in the background to the Pi agent. Because Pi agent doesn't have that structure as Codex or Cloud Code, so I think it's much fair to use those models through these, so I can see the actual capabilities. But yeah, let's come back to the source of truth. Okay, it's not finished yet. Drink some coffee. Okay, sorry, I had to go and make another coffee. And there we go. Now we have the source of truth and everything. And it started with the first onboarding question. What is the shortest official mission statement for the benchmark guide? All right. So you will go through all these questions, and it will build everything else it needs to build. Look at these files, they are really small. It just states everything, how it is, how the database schema is built, and everything. The errors, blah, 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 blah. I hope this TruthKit can be useful to you. This is my first video, so I would really appreciate a like, a subscribe, a comment down below where you tell me what do you think about this system that I made, and if you find it useful. If you have any ideas on how to improve it, just go for it. Subscribe, because I have a lot of more cool things that I'm gonna open source that I kept on the side. I finally decided that it's time for me to give these useful tools that I have to the world. And if there is anything that you want to see on this channel, let me know in the comments down below. My name is Alex. I'm the founder of Jakovic.it. I build SaaS, websites, web apps, AI chatbots, automations, and a lot more. So stay tuned. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.